not be one of I will not be down to hold any loans coming from here. I'd wait for us to get the script first. What's happening here? It's not very replacements and this channel. This is an inside high, that's the product structure, and also hello Sandeep, how's it going? that zone, coming into that zone, price started making swing. So you have a swing here, you have another one here, you have a third one there. So we are at the floor. And in the lower time frame, we can witness the rounding here. The rounding in itself is very. There's some clear flips right here. You see this right here? This is the same type of channel that's we're in on the higher time frame. So we swept the low, come to the high, tap back in here, and then price started going up. As for the targets, it's basically what they've called MM. It is MM. It's a zone that price mitigate multiple times. That's why I'm targeting this. Doesn't mean that we have to go from here to here, but this is the logical target for me. Also, I'm not. This is not a protected high on the time frame I'm trading. This is. So yeah, I'd expect price to come back and tap in here. This is why, that's how the whole trade idea is framed. Here, pull back. Target. This is what I see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So yeah, today we'll probably be watching gold on 5 minutes. And all people have to do once you be able to frame this, I just explained, like go back like 5 minutes. So I just explain how to frame this trade idea, the Q&A. In 3 goes here. That's it. 5 minutes. Now we're gonna last night I was telling my group, you need to know on the higher time frame before we get those goals. But this is also the meteor already here. So we tapped into it. Nice back up. So yeah, let's wait this will get taken. Even though it's already in that direction. things happening at the same time. Even my trading isn't as good as it is back home. I'm really glad of that. Crazy numbers. It's expected the price reduced exactly at my level right here. So we have some reaction. This is the sweep of 5 mm. When I saw this rounding right here, I thought we would come back to here, but uh, when I was expecting that, I forgot that we were in a higher time frame range. So we came up all the way up there, take the other side, the top side of the range, and then price reversed, tap back in, came below this mm. The sweep, the first sweep here, the second sweep lead us back up all the way up there to what? Another mm. Then price started going back down again. Patience wins. Yeah. I was calling this on Twitter. I've been calling this low here from here, right? And I was like, do not jump into short from here before we get a flip, before price close below something like this. You'd argue that up there this was out to navigate. It wasn't really based on how this particular candle looks, right? I think after we swept the high and price show its hand like this, so we come back down. This is a flat bottom candle. We feel the flat bottom candle. We come back up, sweep this high, tap into the wick that's up there. Once we are tapped to the wick that's up there, price started going down. I would not be looking for anything after this sweep up here long before we get below some type of this low right here, which is what? Which is a little zone. That's where at the top of the range of the zone, that's at the top of that range. Even if you confuse yourself with zooming in too much, you cannot be looking for longs once this happened before we get this. So since we never did get it up here, like price ranged, right? You wouldn't be looking for long up there to get above anything, because you know what happened once we get a higher time frame high. Usually what price does is come back to the zone at the top of the range of the zone that facilitated the price to go above the higher time frame high, basically, right? So before this is get taken, there is no one looking for long. Okay, so here might be the place where people get smoked, because you're like, oh, finally we're going on. The price was so strong coming up and stuff, and blah 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 blah, yeah. But if you be patient and waiting, once if you find an entry up there, the way I called this on Twitter was just because I saw price finding supports on this particular zone, right? And what do we know about when price get below those particular zones that price finds support in it? Most of the time it gets us one sweep. The second sweep laid us back up. The second sweep, what did the second sweep do? Laid us back up to what? Another right here. Tap into it, break the low, sweep the high again, toilet paper people, right? And then price kept plunging down. That's it. So yeah, you would say this is an inside and stuff, but go on Twitter and watch the timestamp in which I'm calling this thing right here, and you would understand why. Because I was watching this and I forgot that we were in a range. But even though I forgot that we were in a range, what happened after we swept the high of the range? We came right back at the zone that I was expecting price to go through. Then that period happened there, and what's happening in here is exactly the same thing that I expect happening there. Based on the same exact concept that happened here, it's exactly the same thing. That's why this is my target, not up here or up there. This way. Let me So if you hear something that breaks on the stream, it's just my cat. That's one of my pets. Let's see. Price could stop here and go back there, right? This is why once you get close to target, most of the time it's waiting. But my point is, once you get that type of trade, realizing like 5 times your risk, right? You should take a break. What I mean by a break, at least wait 1 hour or so for price to get to your next whatever setup you have up there or down there. Because this is when, for me, I make most mistakes when I win big. When I say win big, it's just multiple times my risk. It doesn't matter how much money it is as per se, because if your risk is $100, this is just $500. If your risk is 100K, this is 5,000. You know, but you just multiply money for nothing. or like how many time is this? This is 12 hours. Is it? And you just multiply money. Do you know? I mean, in 12 hours work, what do people do usually? Like 100 bucks, 120 bucks, something like this, right? And whatever money you put behind that trade, you get 5 times as much as what you put in at the start. So yeah, this is my whole point is once we get this type of setup, just accept your TP, go away before you start trading again. This is when I've lost the most money is after this type of trade get to TP. And I'd be like, yo, I'm a guy trading and stuff, blah, 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 and start making reckless decisions. I just deliver an indicator to people, and with the indicator comes the group, a Discord group where I watch how people navigate to learn with the indicator. So to join, you have to go on Twitter, and there's a pinned post, or you go to oneindicator.io, and you can subscribe to. If you get the paid indicator, you get access to the Discord group and to me and stuff, and all the recorded stuff that's private. Sir, yes. What is it? Can you hear me? Maybe you can hear me. Hello? Okay, so did you hear what I say? To join my group if you want to join. If you want to join, you will have access to the indicator that we built, right? And you will also have access to the Discord where I post my tweets. This is not yet a mentorship per se. It is more of a support group for the indicator, but I can certainly help you get an understanding of the market. Right? I will. So to join in, there's only one way. You go to the website, to one indicators there.io or something like that. Oh yeah, I will. All right, so you should be able to hear me now. Should be better, right? So if you want to join in, you need to go to my Twitter page, and on top you will find a website. On the website you can purchase the indicators. If you purchase the indicators, you will get access to the Discord group and my idea, my trade idea and stuff. But this is not yet a mentorship per se. It's just me giving people support to understand the market for now. So yeah, I kind of mentor them to understand the market, but that's it. Voice is very low. Is it better now? Alright, so we got stopped here. So is this clear, Sandy? Is it is it clear now? Okay. So I hope you got that, Sandeep. Let me know if you need any help. Um, I still think, as for the chart, I still think price will go to the target, which is here, right? But I'm not longing up here. Remember on the higher time frame what's going on. Wait. Oh my god. My cats took control. Give me 1 second. Okay. Alright. Alright, we're back. Okay. So yeah, I still think, where is this? This will get hit based on the fact that what happened before, right? So just to narrate, yes sir, okay, yes sir, okay, cool. Just to narrate all of this again. Look, here we are on 30 minutes time frame. And as you can see, this low put in that high, right? And we came back to, we put in another low. What was expected is from that low to put in another high, right? It didn't. So this is the top of the range. This is the bottom of the range. What do we do in this kind of environment? Once we get something at the top, you see we swept that high, price flipped. We get what expected is for us to get back to the bottom of the range. But since we're trading the lower time frame and we understand what's going on here on the channel that's there, you know, price is tightening in this, right? And since we understand what's going on in here, and this is a move origin, this little zone right here, it's was unmitigated. We get to mitigate it last night, right? This what's led us to this pump to price coming to the high that's here. Why do we have this as a target now? We have this as a target because it's an MM. What is an MM? It's a place where when price gets to it, it rejects from it. We get to it again, rejection, break that low. So what's expected, it's when we find support somewhere, it's for price to get back to that MM. This is why the target is here. We have another example of the same thing happening up here. So price got down. Remember, this little low right here was called on the 5 August. I was calling for this low from here. Price still pumped because we had no break of structure leading us to here. Once price find somewhere to react from, we came back to where? To the low that I called. And what happened when we get close to that low? We have to get aware of this, the rounding. You know, price is putting low one close to another, right there. So we get the first sweep of my little zone. On the second one, what happened? Price started going the other way. Doesn't mean that we'll get to the high, but where did price stop? At an MM again. Price get below it, tap back in. Get below it again, tap back in. Run all the way down here, come back up here, find resistance there, and start going down. That's it. It's exactly the same occurrence that happening right now, right? Exactly the same thing. And this is exactly why we expect price to get here. Hmm. All right. Yeah, but you have to be mindful of something. Even though price is finding support on this unmitigated origin, I would not be a part of any longs trying to get up here. That's not my business. I'm waiting for price to sweep the bottom of the range and give me something that I know for me to, on a higher time frame, say that we're going higher. Until then, I'm just scalping price going in the direction it's going, which is down, right? The only long that you can find is below the lows. My long will be below that low. If price show me something that I know, I'll take a long, not trying to get any high, right? That's it. Swings.
Swing down. Can you count? There is.
Here. Listen. Here's the thing. Remember, this low giving us that high. So everything you see, this is the 1 hour chart, right? This low gives us that high. Anything that's in between is just a range.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
Anything that's in
trade
between.
in that range.
Yes, of course. This is why I give
But that's
people
not
targets.
what we're looking for. We're looking for
something stronger.
Structure,
Eh,
like
exactly. That
something different.
should come from the lows. So once we get to the top of the range right here, we sweep the top of the range. What's expecting of this is for price to go and sweep the bottom of the range. Once we get at the bottom of the range, we'll see if we got some reversal or something, we can long go for larger moves. You know, that's it. You just have to understand what kind of environment you're in. That's about it. And but coming down into this low, we still have one swing right here. We have another one up there, right? And this up there is a swing also. Even if it's this. So you have 1, 2, 3, and this will be the fourth one. But this is a range. For me, I'm still looking for price to get below that low at some point.
Yeah.
Can be wrong, but this is the framework that I'm working with.
And if it goes below,
Below this low, that's fine.
what do you think is gonna happen?
Nothing. I'm waiting to see some kind of flip, which is always, a flip would be this, you know, price is doing this, putting a little high right here, taking the low, get above it, respect it, and here I am trying to long. That would be something like this. Nah, that's a lie. This is me. So what this is just a second buy stop coming into whatever high. That's and you have to have targets before entry. You have to know where you're going before you get your entry. Right? That's it. So let me check. Hi. How do you do top down, bro? How do I do top down? Oh, well, once every, let's say, before I start trading every week, I go up to the weekly. So we go to the weekly chart. I just look at the candle, how they look, because it's always the same thing. Let me look this way. And what I see in here, right, is hold on. This up here, you see the size of that wick was indicating that we would probably go below that low, which we did, right? And price put another low, this low right there. What was expected of this low is for us to continue the uptrend and go above that high. We didn't. Price is ranging. So from here I marked up fractals that did something. What's the fractal that did something? It's anything that led us to a high or low. You see this fractal. This fractal wasn't able to put any high up above, so we came below it. Then you go on the daily. And you do exactly the same thing, framing your ideas around, remembering that on a higher time frame, this low right here is the low that is still protected. Why? Because that low closed above that, led us to a close above that high, which is here, right? As long as we don't break that low on a higher time frame, we're still going up. What's true for this? And then you mark same thing again. You marked up fractals that did something. I would say I would have marked up this, right, and say this is the zone that led us to put in a high right here. I'm expecting this at the 50% and the 70% to give me some move back up. That's it. Then you go down on the 4 hour. And you walk down like this, and then to get precisely where you're going, right? And on the 4 hour, what do I witness is from that low that wasn't able to put a high, what happened here? So we have this high that puts in a low, then that high that puts in that low, right? And if you put a bar on top of this, you can see that when price came from that low to that high, we swept those high, which is the top of the range. Then price started going down. What's expected of this is for price, for me, is for price to go below that low right here. Why? Because this low wasn't able to provide us with a close up there, which make this weak. So yeah, price is tightening, coming down, but I'm not taking any entry right here thinking that we go up there. Everything I take in that direction from here is a scalp with measurable targets. So that's it. This is basically how I frame my top down, and I like to keep track of unmitigated places that's closer to the origin of the move, right? What do I mean by that? This is on bottom of the range, right? And this wasn't tapped in before we get there. So you keep this for later. You see prices tightening coming down here, right? Then we tapped into it, this unmitigated move. Oh, here we go. Give me one sec, here we go. Here we go to my TP, right? This is the target for the current long. That's we've been scooting this for the last 3 hours, guys. So remember we framed the trade and stuff. That's it. TP smash. What would this have been? 5R. Anything is fine. So once we tap into here, what do we witness in there? It's exactly the same thing that we're usually looking for. So we have the channel. Let me remove some of the drawing. We have the channel that's coming down into our zone. When we have price putting a high that's sweeping the low, this low gets above the previous highs. No close, it didn't close, right? But that high is not able to put a low below that low. What do? I buy stop the down candle that came back down into this. My stop go below the low of the move that wasn't able to go lower. And my target, which I have before entry, it's really important to have a target before you get to your entry. Otherwise, you just don't know what to expect from that trade and stuff, and that leads to mismanagement, right? And then you wait for price to deliver to your target, whatever. So what I expected of this, now that we swept that inside high, is for price, for me, to go lower. Even if it's not from here, if we get another high right here, I expect price to go lower. We'll see what it does. So that's it. This is how I frame top down and how I do it. Okay, let me check. All right. So yeah, that's it. second swing for entry. Great, sir. Thanks. Good morning. Good morning, Maxim. How's it going? Can hear clearly now. Cool. You wait for second swing for entry. I wait. Yeah, I wait for price to fail to go to the low. What happened at tightening of price? You mean swing count? No, swing count is different than the tightening. You can count your swing. You have to count your swing. Anywhere we go, you have to count your swing, right? You know that. But the tightening, like the channel like price, like here, right? That's led to some type of rounding. You know, the tightening is just price putting low one close to another. We get below that low, we put low here, we get up, we put a low here, we get up. And this high is not able to put a low below that low. This is the tightening and the stuff that we were talking about, right? So once that happened, I already have a target, which is this, and this is just an let's explain to you what is. It's just like, put it that way, it's support and resistance, but support and resistance in a way that's clearer to your mind to see. That's it. Okay. So, and that's why we choose this as a target. Let me overs. Okay. So yeah. So basically that's it. Again, let me check something. Boom, 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 boom. All right. And Q is speeding down to the low. That's cool. Let me check. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me, okay. You will short there or waiting for second swing to confirm as first swing may be fake, right? Yeah, of course. I'd be waiting for us to break some lows, right? I wouldn't be in any short. You look. Okay. Let me give you an honest answer. As much as I think price will go below that low, yeah, as much as I think price will go below that low, I'm not in here looking for any shorts. Unless we have a clear flip. Why? Because of the swing count. We have one swing here, second swing there. This would be the third one and fourth one. My short would be from the top of the range, which is up there, not from here. I mean, unless it's a scalp, do not start and hold any entry coming from here to go there, please. That's my advice to you, because remember where you at. this is in fact the bottom of the range. Here, this is the middle, right? You don't take decision in the middle. Where do you find your shorts? On top of the range. Where do you find your longs? On the bottom of the range. That's the rule about ranges, to not get cooked by it. Look what happened. Let me give you an example of this. That's on my second screen right now. You know what this is? This is all the people that trade future favorite coin. What is going on with NQ? How many people do you think are right there with the long, thinking that we go here? How many of them? Where is this going? Below that low, and probably below again. My target for, like, let's say this stay intense like this, I'd say 21 32 2. That would be my target for this, at least. And if we don't find support at this point, it's 20. Let me put the stamp for you right there. Price stamps, which is price notes right here, and would be something like right there. You see this here? Why? Let's frame it together, right? Let's frame it together. I mean, never mind all the dwelling that's right here. I have to keep them. But wait. Let me put this in a way that we can see what's going on. I have so much drawing here. Maybe I should delete it all. Yeah, fuck that. Alright, cool. So, why here? Let us frame this together. This is a down move. Can we agree on this, right? This wick right here, after the sweep of those lows right there, was able to come up with a close above here. Then we have what? The tightening. The high one close to another. And then we have what? Price drops into that tightening, but is not able to get below those. Come back up, which sweep toilet paper people, the first person that trying to short price to the lows. And then what do we expect? We expect price to get below this zone. Why? Because that zone is the zone at the top of the range. What range? The range is the larger one that's here. This is a range. This is a zone at the top of the range. We expect price to get below this. If price get below this and find support, we expect it to find support right here. If it doesn't find support here, we get to this. And here I'm expecting price to pull back up, even if it has to go back down. So it would be something like this. And we'll try and see if I was right or wrong, right? Something like this, coming back up here, fail. If it has to go down, it would look like this. If it has to go up from this low, we will get to the high. That's it. Let's get back to my favorite coin, which is gold at the moment. And I hope this explanation on NQ higher time frame is clear to you. I cannot tell your name, man. Like, what is this? GSSHHVD. Yeah, I hope that's clear to you, because your name is not clear to me. Yeah, what we have in here on gold, it is tapping into that MM. That was a target for the current long, but I am not here trying to short anything. I'd wait for a break. If you have to scalp it to the low, remember that this high right here is not a protected high. You should know why, but I'll explain it to you. Because this high led us to that low. This high is just an intermediate one that didn't do anything, right? So when price get above here and close, even if it close, it doesn't mean that we get higher. If price close above this one now we have something, because we have a new bullish zone that just created, and we can discuss. So yeah, that's it. That's basically it. So and now it's almost 10. We're just witnessing what price is doing and waiting for something clear to appear, but I'd expect price to start going down again soon. So yeah, let me remove this one. You see, always the same thing: tightening into sweep, into move up. You have it's on another time frame. If you look closely, this is a channel. This is exactly the same thing. Channel, right? We came down below, up on top of it again. This is what happened to NQ, right? And afterwards, started going down. So yeah, I hope that was clear to you. Just kick the keyboard. I'm James. Oh, hello James. How's it going? I'm glad to know your name because your ID on YouTube is unspeakable. Why will you not take short here, bro? As low time frame swing count is mad. Yeah, is it? Yeah, but I'm trading on 5 minutes for now. What do you mean swing counts is mad? Here? Hmm. Let me check. Yeah, so we have one, we have two. Yeah, the swing counts is mad. If price fails here, we're probably seeing that low and below. But I'd wait. If I were you, I'd wait for the second time out. So let's say price get below this low, which is protected on the lower time frame right here, right? Is it? Yeah, it is. Price get below this low. Once the price tap back in and get below again, you will hear shorting, not from here. But who am I? If you want to take the short from me, take the short from me. But don't tell anyone you learned it from me, or if you hear it from me. Just me add weight. This is me. Yeah, that's a nice wick. That's nice. Short's probably coming in. Yep. Short's probably coming in. Yeah, your stream out pure gem, bro. Yes, you use 5 minutes. I use 5 minutes on gold because sometimes I get tripped up on the 1 minute. I use 1 minute mostly on NQ and all indices would be 1 minute, and oil and gold is mostly 5 minutes based on the fact that's clearer for me, right? Just for clarity's sake. Alright. So yeah, this is basically it. You're right. That look like let me remove this now. This looks like you see the high close to it. This is the third one right here. This looks like a big rounding coming in, right? Probably to get below that wick, probably below this one, probably. But there is no confirm, right? On this time frame, there's no confirm of anything. You have to wait for us to close below that low in order for us to say that yeah, we're short now. And then when price start back in, you can sell stop going into whatever low you think we're going. It's the safe entry, because otherwise you lose some money in this kind of environment, not knowing what you're doing. And as for me, I'm speaking for me, I get crazy when I lose too much money in this kind of environment before I get to my entry, and then I don't know what to do anymore. I lost too much money on my day and stuff, you know. Just have to preserve your mental capital, and your ability to take right decision is based on the fact that taking less decision is easier than taking a lot of decision to get in, to get out, get in, because I think price is good. But yeah, just wait for some confirmation. And you can be wrong the confirm too, but you took less decision to get there, so you have some mental capital. When price gets to some other point of interest, you can take decision again instead of being burned out. So yeah, I'd be waiting, but if price stops here, let me see how it looks here. Oh, this is beautiful, right? This is beautiful price action. Look at this. Look at this. So I'd advise to you even to use the structure pilot by vision, which would give you the higher time frame candles, so you know exactly what your scalping is looking on the higher time frame. Yeah.
Here we might be going, James. We're waiting, still waiting, but there's might be time. Remember, on the time frame we trade currently, the last low to putting a high is this. So we need to get below here, close, tap back in, respect the high, and we're here taking the short, right? This is the framework that we're working with. All right, let me check some. Let me check some. All right, I have to complete something. Oh, let me check. Low up the window, trading the window is cut. Alright, here we go. By the way, yes, I got it. By the way, where are you from last 1 month, bro? You were busy, missed the stream. Nah, yeah. I mean, I was traveling a little bit, family stuff, just traveling. And I lost. I took my laptop and I wanted to be able to swim, but since I was on a different time zone and all my schedule was messed up, this is why I didn't attend stream on the last month. But don't worry, I'm back now. I'm back home, so streaming every day. Don't worry, you won't get lost anymore. This month is your month. Yeah. Don't worry about it. We're here. We're here now. Oh, that's crazy. If NQ give me that type of retracement, I'll buy some on spot. I mean, it would be some higher time frame trades, but I'll buy some on personal portfolio. I don't know what the news is, but we done like something like 500 points, 300 points on NQ, which is crazy. That's great. And gold is just there ranging, which is fine. Let me show you some. Whoa. That's something. You see here, below this, we might be able to get some type of retracement, even though I would not be proud of any long trying to go up there. Let me check. Let me not give you any fake news. So we have one swing here, we have swing there, third one here, fourth one here. Yeah, this is the lower portion here is a wick that might lead to some kind of type of rejection. The rejection may be able to tap into the TBR that's here and go lower again. let us focus on what we're trading, right? Which is gold. You see, if you jumped into any short early, you'd be, you might get trapped into some retracements of some stuff, because price can decide to go from here to above here and then below. Yeah. Good to hear, bro. I know it's a silly question, but as a defix, what's your win rate? Oh, as a defix, the win rate depends. If the plan is followed, I get to win around 78 of my trade, 78% of my trade. Yeah, if the plan is followed, because I cannot give you a win rate based on when I go haymaker, which is not part of the plan. What I narrate to you up here is it's all that's within the plan, right? I will not tell you anything that's outside of the plan. But if I get real with you, I get sometime below the 50% win rate, and when I do, it's because I didn't follow my plan. That's it. So if the plan is follow, yeah, you get a nice something like close to 80% win rate. And then again, the only thing with this, you have to be able to identify exactly what kind of environment you're in, because failing to do so will lead you to make reckless decision. Reckless decision one would be holding this from this low, trying to go up here. This would be reckless, in my opinion, right? Because if you here you like, I'm like 1/3 of the trades, I won't go BE because I need to let price breathe and stuff and then price go back to your entry, and you're like, cool. But I still make reckless decisions sometimes. I make less of them when I have to explain to people what I'm doing. This is why I'm explaining to you what I'm doing. So my trading goes great, and yours too.
des mots qui viennent comme anglais dans ta tête, frère. Comment tu veux dire une candidature?
Oh, okay. Let me read this. But help me in my psychology. When I get right, it's good. When I lose, I doubt myself. I think of quit trading. Does it happen to you as well? Of course, it happened to me a lot. Um, that's normal. You okay? Okay, let me write this down to you. So tip number one. For to improve psychology, right? Once you're done with one trade idea, I said idea because sometimes you get two entry within the same trade idea. Um, Allow yourself 30 minutes, whether it's the trade goes to TP or stop, before taking any more decision money related. Okay, this the tip number two. That happened to me a lot. You sometimes you justify your action. It's not sometimes, all the time. Let's say that you find a trade right here, and you're saying that we're coming into those high right here, right? You will justify your action, which is how much money you're ready to lose in this to go here, based on what you can win. You like this is 191 RR, and I want to win 200 bucks. So I'd risk 100 bucks. This is the wrong way to frame it. The right way to frame it is how many coins do I have left and how many time I need to be able to play that game in order for the law or large number to play in my favor, because you know exactly what your win rate is. Let's say you come into the chart and you start back testing whatever strategy you have on going on, right? You backtest your strategy and you're like, oh, my strategy is below 50% win rate. It's let's say 30% win rate. If your strategy is 30% win rate, consider yourself lucky. Taking one to ones, you have to go with something really digestible for the start, right? So taking one to one, you're like, yo, I win 30% of the time. Okay, what do I have to do in that case? So now that I know I win 30% of the time taking one to ones, which means I'm risking what I'm willing to win in each trade, all you have to do, all you have to do is reverse whatever idea you have. If you thought, here I'm taking a long and you win 30% of the time, you reverse this and you have a 70% win rate strategy. Now that you have a 70% win rate strategy, you know that 30% of the time, so that means in pure math, 30 trade out of 100, which would be losing months, right? You can have a losing streak of 40 trades based on the fact that sometimes trade the winning ones and the losing ones is not tied to oneself. What do you do to preserve capital in that kind of case? You know that your risks should allow you to play the game 100 times to win 70% of the time. So you cannot go like, I will divide my money in 5 and hoping that the law of large number play in my favor. The law of large number, it's called law of large number because it's from large number. And what most traders do, and what I did in the past, multiple times, that's why I know it's wrong, is I'd risk too much money on too little trades, on let's say 5 to 6 trades, instead of allowing the result of my back testing and what I know about my trading to happen, which is I need to have enough money to split it, and then no one single trade should affect your P&L too much, either in the good or the bad. Of course, you will have larger win doing that game multiple times, of course, but that come afterwards. At start, you need to be able to play the game and know what you should expect from it. That's it. I hope that helped you. If you need me to keep going, I can. But the tip number 2 is just allow allow laws of large numbers based on your backtesting results to play out. This, in plain English, is just saying, do not risk too much on trade and say, yo, I lost my account. That's it. Because you have most of the time when we get into the market, unless you're a reckless person, you backtested at least your strategy and you know what to expect on a scale of you. If you go for 103, you know how many times out of 103 you win, and this gives you the confidence to lose 5 trades in a row and be like, that's fine, because I know I can lose 30 trades out of 100. So the trades can be tied one to another. But let's say you lose the 5 first trade within your plan. But if your risk management is not tied to it like it should be, you don't have any more money, you don't have any more coins to put in the machine to play the game. So it doesn't matter if you would have won all the rest of the trades because you don't have any more money. So yeah, I hope that helped. So this is my 2 tips about psychology. I'll release. I'll try and release a whole series about psychology and what affected me the most, I guess. No problem, no problem, James. But that's how it's supposed to go. You know, you need to let um, you need to let the number play out in your favor, and therefore you cannot be a gambler. A gambler would be like, yeah, I'm gonna risk it all on that trade, and if it doesn't work, I'm gonna go outside and work again to get some money to try again. What you need to do is like just fractionize, like so you can still be in the game for it to play in your favor. That's it. So you see this, still no break. This thing right here is still holding price in that direction. So let's say you entered into your short right here without confirmation. That's why the second time out is likely to work better than the first one, because you could be early and now you're losing money, and when people lose money it affects your brain, your ability to make decision. Your ability to make the right decision get smaller and smaller each time you start doubting either your strategy, yourself, or the justification that you make around the trade, because you will start making all type of justification about the trade. Like, I need this car, this car is 70K and I'm at 66K now, so if I risk a little bit more than I should be able in a little bit of tick to get the 70K and get my car and stuff, and now you don't have any more money and there's no car again, you know. We are in a range, higher time frame taken. What do you mean? We are in a range. We are in a range. Yeah, gold is in a range. This range, you mean that range, right? You mean the larger range that's here? Wait. Yeah, if you mean the larger range that's here, yeah, we are in a range. If you mean here too, indeed, this is a range. But even though this is a range, price is looking like this is supporting it, right? And if you were able to find your way into a short up there, I guess your short would lead you, whatever your entry was, it doesn't really matter, to somewhere down here and wait to see what happened with that high. Wait. No, the current PA. The current PA, yeah, this is a range. You're right. Yeah, you're right. This is a range. But that range is after a sweep on top of the large up candle that led us here there. So yeah, even though you'll be looking for short, I would wait for us to get a break. There is no break here. We swept the low of that candle. You see the red candle that's here? This is the low of a higher time frame down candle. Price come below it, no close. Up. This low, it's, let me see. Yeah, this is one candle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. It's probably the 20 minutes. Yeah, look. So on the 20 minutes, what happened? This candle put in a high, cool. Price came down, swept the low of that candle, no close, so no flip. What do? Come back up above the high of that candle. That's it. This is all that there is right here. What we're witnessing right there, the range environment and stuff, that's it. but there's no change of direction as of yet. So we would wait, expecting this high to get taken, and let's see if price give us a flip, be getting below a protected low before we saying that we're looking that we're looking shorts, right? Bro, you trade funded accounts of personal, both. Both. I trade both. It doesn't really matter what you trade. Funded accounts is just leverage. Yeah, it's just leverage. It's yeah, whatever you like. Like the upside of funded account, it's the amount of leverage that you get. With 2K, you are able to move meanings. Cool. The downside of funded account is I'm not able to hold trades from one day to another. I have to close all the trades in the same day, which means if I have a higher time frame setup, like right here, thinking that we're in here, inventory is there, I cannot profit from all of this because I have to close my trade each day. This is basically it. Let's see what they did with them on Bitcoin. Yeah. What's expected here is for us to get below this low. Why? Because this is the zone at the top of that range. This is a range, right? I'm expecting price to get below that low at some point. We'll see if this is the high that gives us the low. If not, we might be able to put another high right here. At in the end, I'm expecting us to get below that low. And I'd be buying up lower here. I'm a buyer down here. So what HIT is saying? HIT is giving me something I like. Why? Based on the fact that we're making swing on the way down. So I have this here. I have that here. Right? We have this right here. Price respected, let's see. We're on the 15-minute watching, right? Yeah, we have a close, so we have this here too. And now we get the sweep of that MM, basically. We get below it, and let's see. Price get above all of this, down again into here. And this might be the second time out to get above. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Let's mark this up like this. This would be me. Let me put some alerts right here. If price give a strong close above that high, remember one thing. This high right here, let me put a smiley where I think it is. This high right here is the protected high on the 15-minute. There is no one saying that we're going higher unless we close above here. All that this is the aggressive entry, but it's the second time out of that aggressive entry. So we have the first move up, we moved down, we cannot take the low. On the second leg, I'm expecting price to get up here. So we'll see. We have alert set up. We'll see. Let's get back to our coin. All right, perfect. Boom, 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 boom. What broker? What broker? I trade. Depend. I trade with Top Step, Ninja, directly Ninja Trader, and the last broker. Let me tell you. The last broker is Trinidad M4 Market. Yeah, M4 Market, which is a CFD broker. And no, I don't have any affiliate codes as of yet. So yeah, write this down somewhere and keep it. This is crazy.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe sur le MQ?
So if you guys have, I'm explaining something to my best friends. If you have guys have any questions, just let me know in the chat. I'm still here, just working him through NQ shenanigans. So yeah, price enter into a range here on gold. Let me go back to 5 minutes into a tight range. Here we are at the top of the range again. I I would not be looking it in for any short before we get that high, unless price gap down, which means give me a large down candle like here, right? Then I would be waiting for price to tap back in, give me a up candle that's here, and here I am looking for my short coming back down, right? Something like this. This is the only scenario where I'll be looking for short before we get that high. So you see, James, you're still here. You see, this is why I'm not a part of first entry anymore because I got cooked too much. I mean, sometime I am, but don't tell anyone. Just based on the win rate that it gives me, when I need to be sure of something, I'm waiting for the second time out. Because you have no break here. No break means what? It means we continue. Even if price slowing down a little bit, right? It doesn't matter. We're still going up. On that leg, I mean, on that leg. Pum, 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 pum. none of you guys have any question, I'll just go and chill. Remember one thing about all of this, right? This is trading the retracement. We expect this low to get taken still, unless very strong push, right? That's it. So that's it for today's, guys. I'll be seeing you tomorrow, right? I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Let me give you a last song before. I don't even know how to write it down. Give me 1 second. Let me give you a last song. I think like this.
Oh
Nice,
my
but
god.
yeah, when the song is done, the stream is closed. But yeah, here we go.
Baleka nendlela wemakhosi ngiyavuma kube kuya ngami ngabe intwana iyaduma